Geopolitics is the study of the relationships between geography, power, and international relations. It entails examining how nations interact with one another and how their histories, natural resources, and geographic positions affect their politics, economy, and social systems. Geopolitical factors can have a significant impact on global supply chains, affecting the flow of goods, services, and information between countries. In this video, we'll review some of the major variables that might affect trade relations between nations, and also the effects they can have on the flow of goods as we examine how geopolitics affects global supply chains. Number 1. Political instability and conflict. Political instability and conflict can have a significant impact on global supply chains. When countries are experiencing political turmoil, it can disrupt the movement of goods and services, leading to delays and even the cessation of trade. For example, the civil war in Syria has disrupted the country's supply chains, making it difficult to export goods and receive imports. This has had a knock-on effect on neighboring countries, with Jordan and Lebanon also experiencing disruptions to their trade. Similarly, the ongoing conflict between the US and China has led to trade tensions, with both countries imposing tariffs on each other's goods. This has led to disruptions in supply chains, particularly in the technology sector, where many components are sourced from China. Number 2. Trade policies and regulations. Trade policies and regulations can also have a significant impact on global supply chains. When countries impose trade barriers such as tariffs, quotas, or embargoes, it can make it difficult for companies to source the goods and services they need. For example, the Joe Biden's administration's imposition of tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from China led to higher prices for those products in the US. This had a knock-on effect on other industries that rely on those materials, such as the automotive and construction industries. Similarly, Brexit has led to trade disruptions between the UK and the EU, with companies having to deal with new tariffs and customs procedures. Number 3. Natural disasters and climate change. Natural disasters and climate change can also impact global supply chains. When a natural disaster strikes, it can disrupt the movement of goods and services, causing delays and supply chain disruptions. For example, the 2011 earthquake and tsunami in Japan disrupted the country's supply chains, particularly in the automotive and technology sectors. Climate change can also impact supply chains, with extreme weather events such as hurricanes, floods, and droughts affecting the movement of goods and services. This was evident in 2017 when Hurricane Harvey hit Texas, disrupting the state's energy infrastructure and causing supply chain disruptions in the petrochemical industry. Number 4. Infrastructure and logistics. Infrastructure and logistics are also critical factors that can affect global supply chains. When countries have inadequate infrastructure, such as ports, roads, and railways, it can make it difficult for companies to transport goods and services. For example, in many African countries, inadequate infrastructure has led to high transportation costs and supply chain inefficiencies. Similarly, congestion at ports and airports can also cause delays in the movement of goods. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic caused disruptions to global supply chains, particularly in the logistics sector. The closure of factories and transportation networks led to delays and shortages of goods and services. In conclusion, geopolitics can have a significant impact on global supply chains. Political instability, trade policies, natural disasters, and infrastructure are just some of the factors that can affect the movement of goods and services between countries. As businesses become increasingly globalized, it is essential to consider the geopolitical risks and opportunities of doing business in different regions of the world. Understanding the impact of geopolitics on global supply chains can help companies make better decisions and mitigate risks. Also, they can ensure that they can continue to operate efficiently in a complex and dynamic global environment. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for another informative video.